Welcome, Mr. Bhattacharya, and our Aegis Graham Bell Awards. I would like to ask you, what is under current circumstances? What are your views on future of telecom in India?
The future of telecom in India is absolutely great. If you look at the overall numbers, the population of little more than 100,000 odd million in this country, you are having 700 to 800 million phones, of which majority are active. So the future of telecom in India is very bright. What will be in terms of undercurrents, the next movement will be about the 3G services, the VAS services, and how it can change the lives of people in India. And second of all, the other part of the challenge is that the rural customer base as such is still quite a bit plugged down into the voice part of the thing and the SMS part of the thing. How can you create the bulk of the update over there? That would be the primary challenge over there.
So what is your opinion about the spectrum issue?
As far as the spectrum issue is concerned, well, firstly, we know that it is under legislation, it is discussion at the EGOM level, empowered group of ministers. So one thing as a professional from the industry, I would like to keep away from that area, but as such it is going to hurt the telecom companies if there is a shell out of such a high nature. And already quite a few of the operators are under financial pressure and would not like to, in the interest of competitiveness, in the interest of this country and the population, like to add any further pressure on them. So that is one thing. The second of all, as far as the organizations are concerned, there is talk about the need for roaming on a 3G basis. That is also under somewhat sub judice, if not sub legislation. Some of these issues need to be resolved for the industry to move ahead, for the population to benefit, and ultimately the entire ecosystem to benefit.
So what type of leaders should Aegis produce, being a telecom management institute?
Aegis is doing a good job in the small amount of time that the institution has been in operations. I think the focus of the institute should be more towards going into the depth rather than the breadth. And as far as the student population is concerned, the students also should focus in terms of going into the depth of subject matter issues. What are the governing factors as far as the telecom industry is concerned? How can they differentiate from the rest of the market? How can you create that subject matter expertise within the telecom industry such that you benefit all the players in the ecosystem, from the equipment manufacturers to the telecom operators, as well as other players like the passive infrastructure providers, the VAS providers, as well as the handset makers, and especially some of the ones who are operating internationally.
Okay. So what do you think, what could be the reasons that 3G could not take off in India?
Well, before answering that question, I think there's still some time to go before we pass our judgment. But a couple of things needs to be mentioned over here is that the operators have spent a lot of money as far as the payout is concerned, and that is all public knowledge. They need to recoup their costs and make it a very profitable business. They also would not want to lose revenue market share and overall market share. As such, I think if the prices are to come down, it would make it more competitive. It would help the consumer. Just if we can recall the days of the mid-90s versus where we are today and what has happened to the voice rates. I mean, similar trends, if can be publicized, if can be taken up, I think that will help the 3G business really take up on the boom path.
Okay. So what's your opinion about Aegis Graham Bell Awards?
Aegis Graham Bell Awards is absolutely a great initiative. I think one of the foremost mantras, if you will, of this initiative is that we want to bring innovation to the fore. There is a large number of companies who are there in the ecosystem who are working very hard. I think it provides a platform for all of those innovators and all of those entrepreneurial firms that are doing a brilliant job to come on a pedestal and be able to publicize their piece of work, be able to attract investors, be able to at least inform the telecom operators and other players in the ecosystem, ranging from what I said earlier, the equipment manufacturers and so on, to learn about what they are doing and to actually put it in the benefit of this country and who knows, even the world.
Thank you, Mr. Bhattacharya. Thanks for coming.
My pleasure.